Hello everybody and welcome back to Tlatoani, where last episode we decided we needed to move these canals, and then I discovered, like, as I was doing the outro, I don't think I actually mentioned it, but as I was doing the outro, I discovered that makes these into swamp tiles. So we can't actually do anything with that. It can be reclaimed with chinampas, but we don't have access to chinampas. So we're going to have to leave this be as it is. Swamps allow irrigation. This isn't going to mess up our irrigation over here, but you can see I've put these two maize fields back. For now, we'll just have to leave this as is. So that's okay for the moment. Of course, we're still primarily focused on getting our temple constructed. We need 109 additional artwork for that, and we're definitely producing some. I am noticing our funds going slightly negative here. This is probably because we're importing the stone to replenish what we built here in terms of our stone roads. And we can probably think about expanding additional stone roads. We do need to bump up our prestige, and I think that this is going to significantly jump once we get our temple completed. And of course, assuming our tribute is actually provided, which it should be, but it isn't necessarily provided. Sometimes the staff just decides, you know what? Let's not do it. I don't know why. Sometimes they just decide not to. Now, one thing I would like to see is if there was like a movement speed differential between stone roads and dirt roads. Yes, the stone roads are more beautiful for your neighborhood, and they appear to require a fair amount of repair. Actually, these are maintaining the small houses. Okay, so that's understood. But I would like to see the people travel slightly faster on them or something like that. I feel like that would be pretty cool. For now, of course, the question is this good enough for ambience out over here? Well, I do think that we should probably build stone roads up through here as well and just get that completed for the moment. Maybe even taking the stone roads up over this direction and then over to like this main thoroughfare. So that would be something kind of like this, and then having this here connect up to be about here. Right now, this is roughly the city limit. Is this connected here? It is. There's just a dead guy in the middle of the road. Okay, that's fine. We don't care about the dead guy. We just want to get this main thoroughfare built up as a stone road, and then we'll call this like the outskirts of the town right here. Now, there's these noble areas down over here, which should probably have standard paving as well. Let's go ahead and get this whole area over here done for now. And maybe build up over here as well. For the moment, anyway. So this can just go down to, like, here, come in here, and then come up this direction. It's going to be fairly expensive, but let's just get that completed for the moment. That's a large expansion of our stone roads, and that's understood. We should have plenty of stone. We've got lots of money. I'm not concerned about it, but we are going to have to import that stone. So that's not necessarily ideal. But yeah, that'll be okay for now. So that looks good. This area down here, I'm not terribly concerned about bringing up into stone roads for the moment. And definitely not this area. This area up here may or may not happen. We'll see. For now, this temple is going to be done eventually. We need 103 more artwork. What do we think about building another mason yard? I'm considering it. I feel like we're not building much artwork right now. So our masons are probably doing a fair amount of repairing at this moment, is my guess. So we can see that this mason yard is down here. This mason yard is up here. I'm thinking that maybe we should have an additional mason yard somewhere up over here. Like this. Or maybe up here. Like that. And then I'd love to have one here, but unfortunately this is swampy, so that's not really going to be a thing. We could put one here, though. So let's go ahead and do that. That's going to mean a lot of stone being imported. But we already know that because of our road upgrades. So for now, that looks reasonably fine. We'll get all that underway. But yeah, we're mostly just waiting on artwork out over here. And I'm noticing a lot of masons out repairing instead of actually, you know, making artwork. So like this guy over here is building a stone road. That's fine. Building a stone road here as well. That's going to be a lot of what's happening at this moment, and our finances are not going to be in a great situation. So that's absolutely understood. Okay. So we're slowly making progress here. Do they remove the dirt road first? I think they do. That's... It'd be better if they just directly upgrade it, because this could theoretically break pathing for resource flows, I would think. Huh. That's definitely good to know. Well, for now, it's fine. They'll get it finished eventually. So that seems okay. Up over this way, we've got this mason yard operating. That looks good. And yeah, they're going to need stone. That's not a surprise. And this mason yard is also currently operating. So that looks good. That'll produce basically double the amount of artwork that we're producing right now. So that'll be great for this temple, but it'll take a little time. That'll also mean that we're spending less time repairing, I think, and more time crafting. That's the idea, anyway. We'll see if it actually happens. At any rate, increasing our amount of artwork production would definitely be a good thing. So that seems good for now. Some of our masons lack clay and stone. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. It's going to take some time for the resources to move around, but our porter yards should be well situated for doing that. So that shouldn't be an issue. I'm just wondering, there's this porter yard here. We could accept... no. Artwork is not something that porter yards work with. Okay. Good to know. So I was thinking about how we're going to get artwork from like this mason yard here or this mason yard here down to the temple. That doesn't seem to be a concern. So it seems to be fine. I don't think... can the trading post even work with artwork? No, it cannot. So I don't know how that flows, but it's definitely not through the normal porter system. So that's okay. Good to know. As long as that is happening, we're fine with it, broadly speaking. So we still need 103 artwork, and there are people hauling things around over this way. You're delivering timber to the porter yard, maize to the granary. Okay. We're working on getting these stone roads. Actually, the stone roads are pretty finished at this point. So that looks okay. Are you maintaining the road? I don't know. Maybe. No, this road is not completed. Okay, a lot of these road pieces are still under construction. Noted. So, more access to healthcare, huh? We can't build a dentist. We do have the sauna out over here, so that does provide some healthcare. And we have the herbalist here providing minimal healthcare because we don't have access to herbs. So there's only so much our herbalist can do. And that's probably why this is running into a healthcare issue. So this is probably needing additional, like, saunas or something, but for the time being, this is reasonably fine. So what are we lacking over here? We're down to 100 artwork needed now. So I don't think the artwork has to be hauled down this way. Also, this is mildly awkward that the structure contains its own stone roads. Can we remove these? Actually, yes. So I want to do that and replace these with like fruit trees, the decor version. So that would be, where are we? Here we go. Fruit gardens. Apparently that doesn't want to go there. Too close to a structure that requires clearance. Okay, well, we can definitely put them in here. So I'm guessing that we don't want to remove these then. And let's see if we can rebuild them. If not, this might be a bit of an oversight. Okay, yeah, we can rebuild that. It's a little awkward, but okay. We'll just build the fruit gardens on this side of the road then. That'll be fine. Not a major concern there, and we'll see if we get our tribute delivered. Hopefully we do. Looks like we've got plenty of maize and a decent amount of chili, but we're a little low on fruit. Okay. Well, this guy is currently planting entirely maize, and that was completely deliberate. We could think about more farmland down over this direction. The question is, do we feel like we need to? Honestly, not really. I feel like we're doing okay on food. I don't think we need any more of that. We're doing okay on everything but stone, and stone, of course, has to be imported. So that's reasonably fine for the time being. I want to check up over here. Ambience, yeah, that's not surprising. No complaints, no complaints, no complaints, and no complaints. So ambience up over this way is definitely something we could do. So that would mean that we'd be building like more stone roads up this way, most likely. But some of our masons are still lacking stone, so I think we should probably hold off on anything that requires stone for a little bit here and wait for stone to re-proliferate throughout all of our storage areas. So that should be reasonably fine. That'll mean that our artwork will get going again, in theory. What are you doing? Okay, you're building the temple. So we're working on this. We still need more artwork, and we can see that the artwork is actually starting to flow in at a appreciable pace, but it's not super fast. I think a lot of our masons were out maintaining, and now that we've worked through that backlog, I think they're actually constructing artwork at this time. So it is going down, but it's going down a little slowly. I'm not terribly shocked about that, especially considering we're still having an issue with stone. So that's reasonably fine. We can see, looking around our porter yards here, I don't think we have any stone. Okay, we have 3 stone in storage. I don't know where, but we have 3 stone in one of our storage yards somewhere. So we absolutely need to get more stone in here. That's for sure. 1000% that needs to happen. So we're working on it. It'll come in here. Okay, so 1 month from the west. Last time we were told that, they came from up here. We'll just wait till we see where they are. So we're going to be invaded here in a moment. That seems fine. I'm really not very concerned about it. Our prestige is still on the low side, but I think that's mostly because we haven't been sending our tribute. Which it is set to send. So, I don't know. It'll send at most 2 loads as tribute per year, and we'll trade up to 14. If we do this... Okay. Noted. Interesting. Okay, so the invading army is here. They're out on this side again. Okay, sounds good. So we want to rally, and let's rally right down over here. Cool. Off we go. Fantastic. So we're going to rally out over this direction. How many are they sending in? That's a decent-sized army, to be sure. Okay. Well, our guys are trickling in over here, and we can at least put a pretty big dent in them. So for now, we're just going to let them make their way over this way. So yeah, their flag is currently here. Looks good. So we're going to fight them right over here. Okay, so this fight is now beginning. I want to head down over here. So that will get all of them moving in, and they should all get fighting. Perfect. We are actually heavily out-trading them here. Extraordinarily heavily out-trading them. That went really well for us. A little too well, honestly. We suffered no casualties. Okay, well... Back we go. And our levies have returned and brought us a captive. And checking in here, we can see we've got 77 artwork right now. Lack of stone is absolutely going to be our core issue at this moment. So I'm wondering about our stone import here. If we bring this up, we'll trade it at most 12 loads per year. This would then be 8 loads per year. So we can crank up our stone import to be like 200, potentially. Yeah, let's do that. So that looks good. Absolutely fine for the moment. And we can see that this alcove out over here is under construction, requiring artwork. Okay, so all of the artwork is probably going to the temple, if I had to guess. Yeah, most likely. So I think that this may have been damaged by the floodplains that came in. It was underwater for a bit there, and I think that's probably what ended up happening. Cool, if that's the case. So we see that we have a caravan heading on out over this direction. Very, very good. We would love to get more stone in here, and we are absolutely importing that stone. In all honesty, I'd like to quarry it ourselves, but we just don't have the ability to do that. So there's this outcrop over here. I wonder if these are infinite the way that forests are, or if they're finite. Clay is also infinite. So I'd be willing to bet that the outcrops are probably infinite, but we'll get there eventually. Okay, so we're currently bringing in these guys back from Shelticon. Okay. So they're coming into this trading post. Cool. So we exported some pottery, and we probably, hopefully, tributed some maize. Yeah, they're heading back out again. So I'm hoping that that's what we got there, is we actually paid the tribute, because we need to bring our prestige up. It is up to 24 out of 30. So that is looking good. We see that we are currently lacking strained service over here at this sentry post. So let's take a look at what other sentry posts we have around. We've got a sentry post here, and that's minimal usage. Sentry post here, no usage. Sentry post here, minimal usage. And then we've got this one, strained. So we should probably think about a sentry post perhaps here to take some of the pressure off of this area. That would be the overall idea anyway. So let's just, which one is this? Here we go. Let's go ahead and slap this guy in right here. That should help matters significantly. And it should get built. Excellent. So we need to sacrifice more captives, but we have to get this temple built. We're working on that artwork. It will be done eventually. We're down to needing 60 artwork at this time. And if we look here, we can see we have no stone in storage at all. That's not terribly surprising. This alcove is online now, so it got its artwork. That's good to know. And we're still working on this sentry post, but that needs stone. So there's some stone that just came in on this trading post. It is not going to last long. Yeah, it just went down to 0. It was just picked up. So we've got 10 stone at this moment. We absolutely need more stone coming in. That's a big bottleneck for us. So getting the sentry post online is going to be very, very useful. That's for sure. But stone is our primary lack at this moment. And hopefully within the next mission or two in the campaign, I'm hoping that we'll unlock the ability to get our own stone, because that's definitely a big bottleneck for us. We could maybe build more trading posts to import more of it, or just improve our... yeah, this is on balance. So up here, we could just improve our amount of stone. So we're now trading at most 24 loads per year of stone. We would definitely like to get a lot more stone coming in here, but for the moment, this may be the best we can do. Lack of ambience up over here. I'm a little surprised by that, because we've got the stone roads here. We've got the fruit gardens. Maybe they don't like the clay pit. That's a theoretical possibility. I suppose that could be a thing. So how are we doing out over here? 44 more artwork needed. Okay. Well, we're definitely making progress on that. This sentry post still needs stone. I think our stone is currently being heavily monopolized by our mason yards. So yeah, we can see this one has no stone in stock. This one has no stone in stock. This one down over here has no stone in stock and no stone in stock for either of these. So yeah, we successfully dispatched our levies and we successfully sent our tribute. So that now means that we have enough prestige. We just need to finish this temple. So we have no stone in stock right now, but we are producing artwork. So we have, I think, minimal throughput, but we are producing some amount of throughput, despite the complete and utter lack of stone. So that's good to know. And I would very, very much like to get this sentry post online, but I think that's going to be a while before that happens, in all honesty. Luckily, the temple is extremely close to getting finished. We need 26 additional artwork at this time. And it's going down at the rate of, this is what, roughly 1 per 4 days or so. So we're a few months away from getting this temple completed. That seems fine. Oh, we sacrificed a captive. Interesting. So if we look at this, okay, sacrifices captive 1. Yeah. Okay. So I have noticed that we don't seem to get many captives. So there is that. We're short of common workers and short of elite workers. Okay. So there's this modest estate over here. That needs access to more diversion. This needs a sentry post. We're working on that. Sentry post, we're working on that as well. So these guys, they are reasonably fine. I'm not too concerned about that. If we look at our common homes, actually, we've got a lot of locations that the common people can move into over here. Why would we be short of common workers? I don't think we are, to be honest. We're short on stone, that's for sure. But I don't think we're short on common workers, realistically. So that's good to know. Like, as far as I can tell, everything is actually currently fully employed, or very close to it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're good on all that. This all seems fine. So I think that's absolutely okay. How are we doing over here? 20 additional artwork. That's all we need, is 20. Okay. So that's good. As far as additional captive sacrifices go, we're going to really ramp up the festivals as soon as our temple is completed. So, I mean, we're really, really close to this. 17 at this point. Beautiful. So we're clearly struggling to import enough stone. There's no doubt about that. I'm thinking about putting up another trading post, maybe like here, and having that also be set to import stone. Like, pretty much exclusively about importing stone. So a trading post like that, and then this would be trading with these guys. And then we'd be just importing stone. That's the entire purpose of this trading post, is just import stone. Do we need stone to build that? Yes, we do. So that's going to be a little bit awkward, but we do have a couple of loads of stone that came into our trading post. They are going to be gone very soon. This well dipper is strained, so we should probably get ourselves another one. Does that require stone? No. Okay, so that's good. I'm thinking maybe like right here. Yeah, let's do that. So that should be very easy to build. That's just timber. No issue there. And we should eventually start to get this stone deficit dealt with. It is definitely painful, no doubt about that. But we're working on it. 1 art is all we need now to get this temple completed. 1 art. Almost done. Okay, now all we need to do is actually complete it. That's excellent. Very, very, very good. And it's done. We can't provide services until our staff arrives. That's understood. We've got enough housing nearby, I think. Yeah, we can definitely get the housing done. So we don't need to worry about the housing here. I'm 99% sure. We need 2 high priests, and we need 2 priests. And then we need 40 of Polk. Okay. Sounds good. But we will provide these services as soon as that staff arrives. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to work through this stone deficit that we built up. It shouldn't be a big deal once we get this trading post online, which we can see we're actually delivering that stone quite quickly. It's online now. So that's absolutely wonderful. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.